Intrigued by the soft wailing coming from the old barn, Emma cautiously moved closer, expecting to find a litter of abandoned puppies. To her surprise, she discovered that the puppies were actually a nest of something she couldn't really tell. Welcome to Wonderbot Animals. Perplexed and trembling, she reached for her phone and called 911 with a sense of urgency. Emma tried to describe the animal to the 911 operator as best she could. She knew that if she wanted to get a better look at them, she would need to pick them up. The theory was currently all bundled together in the tire, probably trying to stay warm. It was a sad sight to see, but Emma was simply too afraid to touch any of these creatures. She had no idea what they were and if they could be potentially dangerous. What if one of them bit her and it turned out they were poisonous or something? She felt bad for these animals, but not bad enough to take that kind of risk. At least, not yet. The person on the other side of the 911 call had been willing to give Emma a chance with this, but her patience was running thin. Nothing that Emma was describing here would really justify calling 911. This was more a job for a local vet or animal control. Emma pleaded with the woman that there was no animal control anywhere in her area, and she did not have money to let a vet get all the way out here. She was getting desperate, but the 911 operator was simply not having it. She told Emma she could not help her and hung up. Emma was left with the phone in her hand and not sure of what to do next. These animals were shivering in this cold and even huddled together like they were probably not going to make it through the next night. It was set to freeze for hours on hours. Emma had a decision to make now. Would she take a risk for these animals or let them die and try to never think back to them again? And if Emma thought of it like that, their earwax really not a choice here. She would never forgive herself if these animals did not make it due to her being a little fearful of what they were. She decided she needed to get them into her house and close to the heater quickly. There had to be a way to transport them without having to touch them. Resolved to help the shivering creatures, Emma rummaged through her supplies, gathering several soft towels and a sturdy box. Her mind raced with caution and concern, but the resolve in her heart was clear. She laid the towels inside the box, creating a makeshift nest. This simple act of preparation steadied her nerves, affirming her commitment to safeguard these mysterious animals against the cold. Emma approached the animals with a mix of trepidation and compassion. She gently lifted each one, wrapping them carefully in the towels to avoid direct contact. Her hands were steady, guided by an instinctive urge to protect. As she swaddled them, she couldn't help but notice their unique features, so different from any puppies she'd ever seen. Yet, in their vulnerability, they evoked a deep sense of empathy within her. With each animal securely wrapped, Emma tenderly placed them into the box. She moved with deliberate gentleness, ensuring their comfort and safety. The creatures made soft, curious noises, but they remained calm in her presence, as if understanding her intent to help. As she arranged them in the box, Emma's heart swelled with a mixture of worry and affection, hoping she was doing enough to keep them safe. Box in hand, Emma cautiously made her way back to the house. Her steps were measured, mindful of the precious cargo she carried. The weight of the box felt significant, not just in its physical heft, but in the responsibility it symbolized. Emma was determined to offer these animals a fighting chance, a safe haven from the biting cold that had enveloped the barn. Upon entering her home, Emma placed the box in a warm, secluded corner, away from drafts. She watched as the animals settled into their new, temporary home, their soft breathing a testament to their newfound security. A sense of relief washed over Emma. They were safe, at least for now. She stood back, her mind already racing with what to do next, but for the moment, content in the knowledge that she had done the right thing. In the quiet comfort of her home, Emma created a sanctuary by the fireplace. She laid down more towels, fluffing them up to form a soft, inviting bed. The warmth from the fire filled the room, a stark contrast to the barn's chill. As she placed the box close to the hearth, she watched the animals snuggle into the warmth, their tiny forms relaxing in the cozy ambience. Emma sat by the fire, her eyes never straying far from the box. As she observed the animals, she noted their calm demeanor. They seemed more curious than frightened, cautiously peeking out from their towels. Their gentle nature eased Emma's initial apprehensions. Though still mysterious in origin, they displayed no signs of aggression, only a quiet, unspoken gratitude for the warmth and shelter. With a gentle hand, Emma provided the animals with small bowls of water. She watched as they drank tentatively, their tiny tongues lapping at the liquid. She then draped additional soft blankets over the box, tucking them in carefully. Each movement was filled with care, a silent promise to these fragile beings that they were safe now, at least under her watch. Despite their apparent gentleness, Emma maintained a cautious approach. Each time she reached into the box to adjust a blanket or refill the water, she did so with a respectful awareness of their unknown nature. Her movements were slow, giving the animals time to acclimate to her presence. It was a dance of trust, one where Emma led with both caution and kindness. As the hours passed, Emma found herself growing more attached to the small creatures. Their vulnerability, so evident in their quiet whimpers and soft eyes, tugged at her heartstrings. She began to talk to them in a soothing voice, narrating her actions or simply sharing her thoughts. In these moments, a bond began to form, one forged in the unspoken language of care and compassion. Early the next morning, Emma drove to town, the urgency of her mission clear in her mind. She navigated the aisles of the local store, picking out baby animal milk and several small bottles. As she stood in line, her thoughts were with the little creatures at home. This was uncharted territory for her, but her determination to provide for their needs overpowered any doubts. Back at home, Emma set up a small feeding station. She sterilized the bottles and carefully mixed the milk, following the instructions to the letter. It was important to get this right. These fragile lives depended on her now. She glanced over at the animals, their eyes watching her curiously, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Feeding time was a delicate affair. Emma gently picked up each animal, offering the bottle with a steady hand. To her relief and joy, they accepted the milk eagerly, their tiny mouths latching onto the bottles. Each successful feeding felt like a small victory, a sign that she was doing something right in this unexpected journey of caretaking. As Emma watched the animals feed, she realized the enormity of the responsibility she had assumed. These were not ordinary animals, and their care went beyond her expertise. The need for professional advice became increasingly clear. She couldn't make decisions based on guesses. These creatures deserved proper care and understanding of their unique needs. Resolved to seek expert help, Emma decided to contact a local wildlife rehabilitation centre the next day. She needed to understand what these animals were and how to care for them properly. It was a decision driven by her growing attachment and the realization that her role was that of a temporary guardian, not a permanent caretaker. Feeling the weight of the situation, Emma reached out to her friends for advice. Text messages and phone calls were sent, her voice wavering as she described the peculiar animals. The responses varied, but none could offer the expertise she needed. It was a network of concern and curiosity, but Emma felt increasingly isolated in her quest to do right by these mysterious creatures. Later that afternoon, Adam, one of Emma's closest friends, arrived at her doorstep. He had always been the kind to show up when it mattered most. "I can help with the vet costs," he offered, his presence a comforting reassurance. Emma felt a wave of gratitude. In this sea of uncertainty, Adam's support was an anchor. Together, Emma and Adam tended to the animals. They developed a rhythm, a team in sync with the needs of their tiny charges. As they worked, they noticed the animals' condition improving. Their eyes were brighter and their movements more energetic. It was a subtle transformation, but it spoke volumes about the care they were receiving. In quiet moments, as they watched over the animals, Emma and Adam shared their concerns. What species could they be? Adam mused, his brow furrowed in thought. They speculated, but the mystery remained unsolved. Their shared concern for the animal's identity was more than curiosity. It was a reflection of their commitment to providing the right care. As the day wound down, Emma and Adam agreed on the next step, a visit to the vet the following day. They hoped to avoid the exorbitant costs of an emergency visit, yet knew the importance of prompt professional assessment. That night, they prepared for the vet trip, organising transport and care for the animals. It was a plan born of necessity and a shared desire to help these enigmatic beings. As dusk settled, Emma and Adam transformed her living room into a makeshift nursery for the night. They gathered extra blankets, bottles, and a small heater to keep the animals warm. Checking their supplies, they ensured everything was at hand for the overnight vigil. The air was filled with a sense of readiness, both of them quietly acknowledging the long night ahead in their shared endeavour. Throughout the night, Emma and Adam took turns caring for the animals. Every few hours they would gently feed them, check their warmth, and clean the area. The quiet of the night was broken only by the soft sounds of the animals and the low murmur of their caregivers. Fatigue was a constant presence, but so was their determination to keep these little creatures comfortable and safe. In the close quarters of the night, Emma and Adam found themselves sharing stories and laughter in whispered tones, not wanting to disturb the animals. The situation had brought them into an unexpected intimacy, a bond forged in the quiet moments between feeding and caring. Their conversation ebbed and flowed, filling the room with a warmth that matched the glow from the fireplace. The shared responsibility for the animals' welfare brought Emma and Adam closer together. They moved in a comfortable rhythm, intuitively anticipating each other's needs and the animals. As they worked side by side, their mutual respect and understanding deepened. It was a connection that transcended words, rooted in the compassion they shared for the helpless creatures in their care. Despite the restless nature of the night, with its constant awakenings and attentiveness to the animals, there was an underlying current of joy in their mission. Tired but fulfilled, Emma and Adam found satisfaction in each small improvement they observed in the animals. The experience was draining yet enriching, leaving them with a sense of accomplishment as they welcomed the first light of dawn. As the first light of dawn crept through the windows, Emma and Adam stirred from their makeshift beds. Despite the night's intermittent sleep, they felt a sense of urgency as they prepared for the vet visit. The quiet of the early morning was filled with a mix of anticipation and concern. They carefully checked on the animals, ensuring they were stable and ready for the journey ahead. There was an awkwardness in the air as Emma and Adam readied themselves. The closeness of the previous night had given way to a more formal air, yet their shared resolve remained strong. They exchanged glances, a silent agreement passing between them. They were in this together for the sake of the animals. This unspoken bond fortified them as they embarked on the day's crucial task. With the animals securely nestled in the back seat, Emma and Adam set off for the vet's office. The drive was quiet, each lost in their thoughts, pondering what the vet might say. The occasional soft noise from the animals prompted reassuring glances towards the back seat. Hope mingled with apprehension as they neared their destination, the fate of the little creatures in their care drawing ever closer to revelation. Throughout the journey, Emma and Adam took turns checking on the animals. They spoke little, but their actions spoke volumes. A careful adjustment of a blanket here, a gentle stroke there. Their focus was unwavering, a testament to the depth of their concern. Every small movement was measured and careful, ensuring the animals remained as comfortable as possible during the drive. Pulling into the vet clinic's parking lot, a wave of nervous anticipation washed over them. They gently lifted the box and carried it inside, their steps synchronized in their shared mission. The waiting room was a blend of various sounds and smells, but Emma and Adam were solely focused on the precious cargo they held. They checked in at the reception, their anxious hearts beating in hopeful expectation for the expert assistance they sought. In the midst of their diligent care, Emma and Adam found moments of unexpected fun. Their laughter echoed in the room as they playfully debated names for each animal and made light-hearted guesses about their mysterious origins. These bursts of joy, amidst the seriousness of their task, created a warm, light-hearted atmosphere, bonding them in a shared experience that was both rewarding and unexpectedly delightful. As the night progressed, The act of caring together brought Emma and Adam closer. The shared responsibility, the mutual concern for the animals, and the teamwork required forged a connection that was both deep and genuine. Their conversations grew more personal, interspersed with comfortable silences as they navigated the nuances of this unexpected journey together. Throughout the night, Emma and Adam exchanged stories from their pasts. Each tale revealed more about their lives, beliefs, and experiences, drawing them into a closer understanding of each other. It was as if the shared task of caring for the animals opened a doorway to a deeper level of conversation and connection, one that might have remained unexplored under different circumstances. What started as an evening of responsibility turned into one of the most memorable nights for both Emma and Adam. It was filled with moments of caring for the animals, engaging in heartfelt conversations, and sharing quiet laughs. The unique circumstances had brought them together in a way neither had anticipated, turning a challenging situation into an evening of camaraderie and unexpected joy. As the first light of dawn seeped through the curtains, Emma and Adam sat in reflective silence, considering the bond they had formed. The night had been long and demanding, yet in those hours, something special had blossomed between them. The connection, nurtured by their shared compassion and effort, was as surprising as it was welcome, a silver lining to their unusual and challenging situation. As the morning sun cast a gentle glow in the room, Emma and Adam awoke to a new day. Their sleep had been brief and fragmented, but the light brought renewed energy and commitment to their cause. They moved about with purpose, checking on the animals and gathering everything needed for the vet visit. The morning was marked by a quiet, shared understanding of the importance of the day ahead. Despite a moment of awkwardness as they recalled the closeness of the previous night, Emma and Adam quickly refocused on the task at hand. Their shared mission to help the animals overshadowed any personal embarrassment. They worked in tandem, each action underlined by their mutual resolve to ensure the well-being of the creatures that had unexpectedly brought them together. In Emma's car, they set off to the vet, the box of animals carefully secured in the back. The drive was filled with a mix of silence and conversation, oscillating between the anticipation of the vet's verdict and more mundane topics. Emma kept glancing in the rearview mirror at the box, while Adam occasionally reached back to check on their charges, ensuring they were comfortable. During the car ride, their conversation drifted from the animals to other matters. Shared interests, life philosophies, and random anecdotes. Yet, even as they chatted, their attention remained partly on the animals, their concern evident in frequent glances and adjustments to the heating to keep the back of the car warm. It was a caring dialogue, punctuated by moments of laughter and thoughtful silence. As they arrived at the vet's office, a wave of anxiety washed over them. They carefully carried the box inside, each step deliberate. The waiting room was a buzz of activity, but Emma and Adam were cocooned in their own world of concern. Registering at the front desk, they sat down, the box between them, their faces etched with worry and hope for what the vet would reveal. In the crowded vet's office, Emma and Adam sat with the box cradled between them, their eyes reflecting a mix of hope and anxiety. The occasional sounds from the box elicited concerned glances and gentle shushes. They watched other pets come and go, each call to the examination room heightening their anticipation. The wait was a test of patience, their minds racing with possibilities and hopes for positive news. To distract themselves, Emma and Adam quietly discussed potential outcomes. What if they need special care? Emma pondered, her voice tinged with worry. Adam offered reassurances, but his own uncertainty was palpable. Their conversation was a seesaw of optimism and realism as they mentally braced themselves for any news. This shared speculation was their way of preparing for the unknown. Finally, their turn came. With careful hands, they carried the box into the examination room. The vet's clinical yet kind demeanor offered a small comfort. As he began examining each animal, Emma and Adam watched intently, their hearts in their throats. The room was filled with the vet's methodical movements and the soft, inquisitive noises of the animals. Emma watched every move the vet made, her eyes tracing his hands as he gently examined each creature. Her face was a canvas of concern, each furrowed brow and bitten lip betraying her deep worry. She found herself holding her breath with each new observation the vet made, silently praying for good news, her hands clasped tightly in her lap. The vet worked with a calm thoroughness, palpating, listening, and observing each animal with an expert eye. Emma and Adam sat in silence, the tension between them palpable. The vet's expression gave away little as he continued his assessment, leaving them in a state of suspended anticipation. They waited, every second stretching longer, for the vet to share his findings. The vet finally looked up from his examination with a smile. "They're all in surprisingly good health," he announced. Emma's heart swelled with relief at these words. She exchanged a joyful, relieved glance with Adam. All the worry and sleepless nights had paid off. The animals, though mysterious in their origin, were thriving thanks to her and Adam's diligent care. The vet, understanding the peculiar situation, made a generous offer. "I can take them," he said. "They require specialized care." Emma felt a wave of gratitude mixed with a tinge of sadness. She had grown attached to the little creatures, but knew this was the best outcome. Adam placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder, acknowledging the vet's kindness and expertise. As they discussed the logistics, the vet shared his thoughts on the animal's breed. "They're not ordinary," he mused, sparking Emma's curiosity. He described unique features that didn't quite match any common species. Emma listened intently, her interest piqued. The mystery of their origin, which had started this whole journey, was finally close to being unraveled. After a moment of thoughtful silence, the vet revealed his conclusion. "They appear to be a rare crossbreed," he stated. Emma and Adam leaned in, captivated. "Part dog, but with traits resembling a tanuki." The revelation was astonishing, a blend of the familiar and the exotic. Emma's journey with these animals had indeed been one of discovery, both for her and for the vet. Emma felt a complex mix of emotions: surprise at the unique nature of the animals, relief that they were healthy, and gratitude towards the vet for his willingness to take over their care. She looked at the creatures, now a marvel of nature in her eyes. Her adventure with them was ending, but it was a journey she would always cherish and remember. In the quiet of the vet's office, Emma faced the reality of her situation. She understood that raising these unique animals was beyond her capabilities. They needed specialized care and an environment she couldn't provide. As she stroked the box gently, her heart was heavy with this acceptance, but she knew it was the right decision for their well-being and her peace of mind. Making the decision to leave the animals with the vet was difficult for Emma. She had grown attached to each of them, their individual quirks and gentle natures having left an imprint on her heart. Yet, as she prepared to leave them in the vet's capable hands, she felt a sense of relief, knowing they would receive the best care possible for their unique needs. Emma leaned over the box for a final goodbye, her voice soft and affectionate. "You're going to be okay," she whispered, her fingers lingering on the edge of the box. Each animal seemed to look up at her, their eyes reflecting an understanding that this was farewell. It was a tender, heartfelt moment, filled with the silent language of love and care. The vet, sensing Emma's emotional struggle, offered reassuring words. "We'll take good care of them," he promised, his tone compassionate. He spoke of the plans for their future, ensuring they would have a safe and nurturing environment. His words were a balm to Emma's worried heart, giving her confidence that the animals would thrive under his expert care. As she stepped out of the vet's office, Emma felt a sense of closure. The weight of responsibility had been lifted, yet she carried with her the memories of her brief time with the animals. She felt a comforting sense of accomplishment, knowing she had played a vital role in securing their future. With a contented sigh, she looked forward to telling the story of her unexpected adventure for years to come. Driving home, Emma found herself in deep reflection. The journey with the animals, from the moment of discovery to the farewell, seemed surreal. She was amazed at how a single, unexpected event could unfold into such an adventure. It was a reminder of life's unpredictability and the incredible turns it could take. Emma felt a profound sense of gratitude for the experience, however brief it had been. Emma couldn't help but marvel at the rarity of the animals she had cared for. The dog-tanuki crossbreed was an extraordinary discovery, a reminder of the wonders hidden in the most unexpected places. She felt a sense of privilege for having encountered them, for playing a role in their story. It was an encounter that would remain etched in her memory, a tale to recount with wonder for years to come. Throughout the drive, Adam's presence was a source of comfort and support. His willingness to help, to stand by her through the entire ordeal, had cemented a bond that went beyond friendship. His words of encouragement and his shared enthusiasm about the animal's future were a testament to the depth of their connection. Emma realized she had found not just an ally in animal care, but a true friend in life. This experience had given Emma a new perspective on life. She had learned about the power of compassion, the joy of unexpected companionship, and the beauty of letting go. It was a reminder that sometimes the most profound moments come from the most unanticipated circumstances. Emma felt a change within herself, a newfound appreciation for life's little surprises and the lessons they brought. As Emma and Adam approached her home, a sense of anticipation for the future filled her. The adventure with the animals was behind her, but it had opened a new chapter in her life. She was eager to see what lay ahead, especially with Adam now a part of her journey. With a smile, she realized that sometimes the best stories began where you least expected them.